Alright guys, that is it for today. 10.1 miles, 16.25 kilometers, and you would never know by looking at me, but it is the middle of December. So let me get a little closer. Can you see, I think that's sweat dripping off me. So I didn't bring the camera out on today's run, but it really wouldn't have mattered because it would have been totally steamed up, and I can't even tell if this lens is a little hazy. Anyway, so I didn't bring the camera on today's run, but I really should have because it was super foggy. I brought my sunglasses, but I didn't put them on once because they just kept fogging up. Listen, this is winter in Florida. I know I can't complain. You guys who have it at 0 Celsius, in the 30s Fahrenheit, you guys have it really bad. I know I can't complain about the heat in December, but if we look down, let me just tilt this over. It's the middle of December and my shorts are soaked and I'm gonna have to stuff my shoes with newspaper. So let me shower and we'll take it into the office and finish this. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Listen, let me just start off by saying that I'm sorry for such a long intro session. You probably didn't need to see such a long shower session of me, but I had all these things running around my head and I wanted to get it in and, you know, kind of clickbaity, right? Because everyone wants to see a middle-aged guy taking a shower. I jest. Obviously, I jest. But if you're still here, thank you very much. Now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this video. And listen, I was gonna make a video on something else, but I watched a video while I was eating breakfast from the runner, Brandon. Okay, he has like 19,000 subscribers, millions of views. If you're watching this, it's likely that you already know who he is. So he put out a video about running being 90% mental, 10% physical. The phrase, that's what he was talking about. And basically, he was saying it's a load of bunk, that running is not 90% mental and 10% physical. And if it was so, if it were really 90% mental, 10% physical, then we'd have little people winning 5Ks. We'd have old people winning 5Ks. We'd have obese people winning 5Ks if they just had the mental fortitude. I made this as like a response video and to get you guys, my viewers, into the conversation because I want to know what you think. So let me just get into this. Oh, and let me just let you know, this is the second time I'm recording this. I used a wireless mic, and when I got to the end of all my speaking and going through everything, I found out that the camera didn't record any sound. So this is the second time I'm doing it. I'm also punching the clock. I've got to leave in a few minutes to go to work. So that's why I'm probably speaking a bit quicker than normal. But that's all right. I just want to get this out for you guys right now. So what do you think? Is it 90% mental, 10% physical? I saw a comment on Brandon's channel. It was David Coggan. He said, can't it be 100% physical and 100% mental? He's asking, can both exist separately and work in conjunction and with one another? And I think that really creates the essence. So yes, running can be 100% mental and 100% physical, and both work together. You know, mental and physical, they're on different planes, you know? You can't have one and it doesn't eliminate the other. Does that make sense? I think it goes a little deeper than that. So, I think running is very much mental, but, and here's a big but, I think it depends on where you are in your running journey, and it also depends on the distances you're running. So let's say you are an obese person who has never run a day in their life, and all of a sudden you're watching my videos and you get a bug in your ear and you want to get out and go for a run. Well, listen, you are going to have to build slowly, build that physical fitness, that physical resilience. Build that up. You're going to have to build your endurance before you can go long. You may go out and you may run for 30 seconds before you are too knackered you have to come back to the house. Eventually you are going to build that resilience. You're going to build that aerobic fitness, and you're going to be able to go and you're going to be able to run for several minutes of the time. Before you know it, you're going to be running your first 5K. Here's the thing. The physical side of running, I think that goes up like this, okay? It increases very quickly when you get started. But then as you begin to run for a while, as your aerobic capacity builds, as your muscles, tendons, ligaments, as they get stronger, as you become more resilient to the mileage, your progress kind of goes like this. You know, if you don't continue to test yourself, your progress can kind of level off. It can kind of level off. And that's where you need the mental strength to push yourself even further. In the beginning, you don't need much mental strength because you've got just the motivation to get started, okay? You're going to see these big gains, okay? And you don't need to tap into that mental strength, but there's going to come a point where the mental side eclipses the physical side. So you've got to a point where you can run a fairly fast 5K, but you need that discipline to train harder in order to get better. It's not just about people running 13, 14, 15, 16-minute 5Ks very fast. It's about people running a 35-minute 5K, a 40-minute 5K. It's about the level. So let's say this person gets started, this obese person gets started, they run, all of a sudden they're running for 10 minutes at a time. It's going to be tough. It's just as tough for someone that runs a very fast 5K as someone that runs a very slow 5K to continue through that distance. Because you need that mental resilience. That's the mental side of running in order to keep going. Brandon is talking about running a 17-minute 5K and how he wants to get down to I don't know, did he say 14 or 15-minute 5K? The guy is an excellent runner, right? He's got a lot of skill, he's got a lot of physical ability, and listen, he's very, I don't want to use the term gifted, but for lack of a better word, he is a gifted athlete. And there are a lot of people out there that have other challenges that they overcome. But this is where it's important. This running game, listen, it's each person on their own journey, right? So it's just as hard for him to get down to a 15, 16-minute 5K as it is for the 40-minute 5K to get down to a 30, 35-minute 5K. Okay, it takes that same mental discipline. And I'd perhaps argue that it takes a bit more for the slower person because they're out there for so much longer. So let's say you've been training for a little bit. This is where the mental side comes in. This is where the mental side really earns its paycheck. This is when it counts. And this is where the phrase 90% mental, 10% physical comes in. Because once you get to a certain point, it does seem like running is more mental because you know physically you can go out and do it. Physically you're fit, but are you mentally fit? Are you as fit mentally as you could be? So let's say it's raining in the morning and you've got a 10-mile run planned. What do? Okay, you've set your alarm, it's gone off, you know it's raining. Do you press the snooze button and roll over and go back to sleep? Or do you get up, lace up and get out the door and do your run even though it's raining, even though it might be cold, even though the situation is not ideal? That's where the mental discipline comes in. And that's where the physical improvements will be seen because of the mental discipline. In the beginning, you need the physical discipline first. But there's going to come a time where the mental discipline kind of takes over. And then once you get a bit of experience, you're going to need that mental discipline to keep going. So you know I'm hoping to run a fast marathon. Okay, well I know I can run a marathon, but the mental side of it, the mental side is what is going to take over because I need to push that envelope. I need to be uncomfortable for my entire race. And discomfort is something that we really have to train to get used to. You know, that's why we do tempo runs. Runs that are comfortably uncomfortable. okay? And you get used to that feeling. And it's the same way across the board, from if you're just getting started running a 5K to if you're running marathons, 50Ks, 50 milers, 100 milers, you know, all of that, all the way up the distances. Another area that I think mental training eclipses physical training, and listen, I'm not talking down on physical training. This whole running thing, it can't be done without the physical aspect. Okay, so we're not using it as the same, it's not the same weight. Do you get what I'm saying? We cannot run without some kind of physical skill. But we also can't run without some kind of mental skill, because running, no matter how long you've been doing it for, there are times when it isn't easy. And your body just wants you to put your feet up, sit on the sofa, turn on the telly, and just sit back and relax. And when you've been running for an hour, 2 hours. In the case of 100K, 100 miler, you might be out there 20 hours, 30 hours. There's going to come a point where, listen, you're over it, right? Mentally, you're over it. Your mind is going to be telling you that your body just wants to stop. That's where the mental fortitude comes in, and you have to have that mental willpower in order to continue. You have to have that mental strength to push your body forward. Your body has the strength. If you've already signed up for 100K, 100 miler, you know that your body can do it physically, and it's your mind you have to convince. And that's another catchphrase, you know. So listen, this is the nugget. This is what I'm saying, okay? Mental and physical, they go together. They work together. One is not greater than the other because they're totally different. So I agree with this person on Brandon's wall about it being 100% physical and 100% mental. I think it is. You know, I think there comes a point in our running career, once we've been running for a while, where the mental aspect is more important than the physical aspect in order to continue and move forward as a runner. Because the physical aspect, we know we can control it. We know that with the right training, we can increase our physical output. You know, we can run faster, we can run longer. But the mental aspect is what is going to get you out there to do those workouts. And it's the same thing on races. You know, you get past the halfway point, knowing you've still got halfway to go. You know, they say between the halfway point and the 3/4 of any distance is the hardest part. And you get to that point, listen, that's when you have to pull out your mental game. You have to really dial that in and just keep going. Your body can do it, and your mind just has to agree with you. And that's why we have mantras, and that's why we practice our mental training as well as our physical training. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the comments on Brandon's video, and 19Kamal79 says, I don't have many miles under my feet, but enough to know that running is 100% physical. Perfect example. And I totally agree with 19Kamal79 if I am to put myself in their shoes. This person admits that they don't have many miles and running is 100% physical to them. They haven't got to that point where they've built that physical fitness and the mental side has had to take over in order to move forward, to build up even greater physical fitness. The physical fitness is all they can think about right now. But there's going to come a point where you're going to need to dial in that mental game in order to increase your physical fitness. All right, well, let's have a look at NM. What are you living for? Says only your mental toughness can push you to train with consistency. Be patient, to have discipline, healthy lifestyle and everything. Exactly. It takes mental toughness to train with discipline, to lead a healthy lifestyle and everything. What are you living for? Another great comment. This person says the higher the level is, the more important it gets to have a strong mindset. But of course the physical side is way more important. And listen, this is a very arguable topic, isn't it? Because I think I could argue it from both sides, but from personally where I'm at in my running journey, I find the mental side more important, all right? And it's a luxury, and I'm sure there are some of you out there that agree with me and some of you that don't agree with me because you're not quite at that level. But once you build your fitness, I think you'll find the mental side is something you really have to work on, especially if you keep doing these longer distances. Okay, I just want to include one more comment because someone just added this as we've been chatting right here, and someone has just said that the mental strength comes first, and that's why people say it's 90%, because if you're mentally strong, your body will adapt, and not the other way around. So what he's saying is that you can be physically strong yet weak-minded, but if you're mentally strong, you can train your body to become faster. And I think that actually says it all. That's the nugget of this video right here. Guys, if you've watched this long, I know I've been rambling. I don't know how long this video is yet because I haven't edited it, but I think it's been pretty short. Let me just throw out a question of the day to you guys. What do you think is more important, the mental side or the physical side? Tell me about it in the comments below. And listen, there may be different races where you think it's different, like the ratio changes. You know, in a 5K, the mental side could be down here, the physical side up here. But then when you get up to a half marathon, you know, it gets about half and half. As the distances increase, perhaps the mental side gets a little bit higher and the physical side is lower. It takes a second seat to it. But let me know in the comments below. If you got any value at all from this video, please give it a thumbs up, okay? You giving it a thumbs up gives me feedback, lets me know that you enjoyed this topic, lets me know if you want me to talk about things like this more often. If you're not already, please subscribe. Really helps with everything. It helps with YouTube pushing these videos out to other runners that may get some value from it. So thank you very much. Guys, we're gonna throw it back to 2 videos where I had to use mental fortitude to get through. It's a half marathon where I ran it pretty fast for me, and then a trail marathon where I really had to dig deep towards the end. Be kind, be happy, and run well, and I'll see you next time.